Okay. Thank you once again for joining us. I am Nita Sharp, the Director of Program Development here at Chicago MSDC, and we have an agenda for today. To get us started, I'd like to first say welcome to you all and thank you to each of our subcontractors or subject matter experts for working with Chicago MSDC. I'd like to start off by thanking MZI and RJSL. They started out with us on this contract 4 years ago, have been working with us since then, so thank you. Also, to all of the other subs that came on last year and have been racing with us to the finish line, thank you so much for your time and all of your efforts. As you may know, our contract with the tollway, this contract officially ends on April 30th, and then we have a new contract that begins as of May 1st through October 31st of this year, and during that time, the tollway will make a determination on which providers continue on with them. So hopefully we'll be in that number. So again, thank you once again for all of your hard work over the years and over the past year. We really do appreciate it. And what I'd like to do is quickly have each person introduce themselves so that we all know who's on this call. And I'd like to start off with, let's start off with the senior subcontractors. If you can just give us your name, the name of the company that you represent or own, and the services that you've provided to Chicago MSDC, the Technical Assistance Program. Let's start with, I see Richard Lee. Let's start with Richard Lee.
As soon as you said senior, I knew I was the first one up. Hey, Nita. Hello, everyone. My name is Richard, and I met Nita. Well, I started working with Nita's predecessor, actually, for a couple of years before she took over. I am the owner of RJSL Group, and let's see, we've been around for 15 years. And we provided many different consulting services from public company to small privately owned enterprises, anything from valuation, transactions advisory, to small business coaching and financial analysis, et cetera, et cetera. What we did before COVID for MSDC was we taught essentially what turns out to be a day offsite course on strategic planning and strategic management for startups and small to mid-sized corporations. But since COVID, that sort of turned into one-on-one coaching for MSDC clients. So anything from doing annual planning, annual budgeting, mission statement, vision statement, HR organizations, operations management, and what have you. Gosh, Nita, has it been 5 years already? It's, I guess time flies when you're having fun.
4 years.
4 years. Okay, I'm a year ahead. Definitely look forward to hopefully you're renewing your contract with Tollway and IDOT and keeping this thing going. So glad to be here. Sorry I was running a little late.
That's okay. Thank you so much, Richard. And Richard is our veteran-owned company, the one and only. So thank you. All right, let's go to Kim Nelson with MZI. Hi, Kim.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kim Nelson with MZI. We've been a part of the program since day one, and it's been a tremendous program. I'm really excited to help small businesses and see the growth and be able to provide the information that we've learned as a small business and have grown throughout the years. MZI is a utility electrical contractor that does most work within the Midwest and the East Coast. And we pride on, safety, quality, and project management. So we've been able to put a lot of this information to help small businesses as they grow throughout the construction industry. So Nita, thank you again for all the hard work that you always do too as well.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate that. Okay, let's move forward to CCC, Comprehensive Construction Consulting. Started talking with Isaac in, I think, December of 2019, and came on board full-time in 2020. So Isaac, welcome, and please introduce the team as well.
Sorry, it took me a while to make the thing unmute me. Hi, I'm Isaac Bishop. I'm the Chief Technical Officer for Comprehensive Construction Consulting. We're really excited to be a part of the team, and we're looking forward to all the exciting work we're going to do in the future as we help small businesses grow and develop. We've got a couple of people from our team. We have Berta Laurel, who is a electrical consultant. We've got Sam Jones, who is a concrete consultant. We got Mike Baylor, who is a all-around know everything construction kind of guy. And of course, we have our person who supports us all and makes sure we get it right, Angela. I think I got everybody. Did I miss anybody, Angela, in case I forgot somebody?
Peter as well.
Oh, Peter, I do apologize. Peter, my guy, he's our excavation consultant. He does dirt work and bridges. Sorry about that, Peter. So that covers us all, Nita.
Okay, thank you so much, Isaac. All right, let's see, bonding and insurance. I think I see Patricia on the line with Lambert Risk Management Services. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, I'm with Lambert Risk Management, and we're a minority-owned, woman-owned insurance broker in Chicago. And we have helped some of the clients with primarily bonding, but we can provide any kind of consultative services for just risk management in general, whether it's bonding, insurance placement, or business continuity. Whatever is out there that they need, we can actually help them with those types of risk programs. So we're happy to be part of this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. All right, Mike Neal, our strategic partner and also our tollway consultant. Hi, Mike.
Hello, everyone. I guess I should show my little face here, but anyhow, hello, everyone. I think I've spoken with many of you before. As Nita said, my company, MTN and Associates, is a community business and economic development consultant. Been around for several years, 30 plus, and doing the business development training, organizational training. I previously was with the tollway as a consultant that actually kind of helped develop the metrics and the reporting and the training for the TA program. So I'm glad to be a part of Chicago Minority Supplier Development. There's a lot of good things going on. And I'm here to work with folks to deal with the bottom line. The bottom line is the bottom line. How do we get them to that bottom line growth, sustainability, and expansion? So I will be on hand to provide technical guidance and just be part of the team. And Terrence will quite sure go into a little more deeper in terms of how we make up the team. So I'm glad to be aboard. Thank you all for your hard work, and it's really paying off. People are saying a lot of good things about the organization and the professionalism that we have as a team. So glad to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Nita.
Thank you, Mike, and I appreciate all you've done. Mike came on board last March, I believe, and got in the trenches with me and helped revamp the program here at Chicago MSDC and really pull and push it forward. So thank you for all that you've done as well, Mike. I appreciate you.
Okay.
I would like to introduce to most of you or some of you our president of Chicago MSDC, president and CEO, Vince Williams at this time. He came on board with us in July of last year, and I'd like to give him an opportunity to share before we move forward. Hey, Vince.
Hey, thanks, Nita. I wasn't ready for that, y'all. I had just popped a gummy bear in my mouth. These are the things that keep me going. So nice to meet you all. Thank you all so much for your participation and outreach with the TA program. As you know, it's been gaining some great momentum with what you all are doing. And as we are moving into this short purchase agreement, and then fingers crossed, the new, reward or awarding of the contract once it comes out, once that approval is all set, we wanted to keep moving forward with this outreach of the services to those that participate in the program. And so thank you all for all agreeing to participate in this, because I think it's a way for us to embrace technology and incorporate this into our new ways of engaging with those that are seeking to do business with the tollway and find more opportunities. And as Mike said, increase that bottom line in a positive way. So I appreciate each of you. I'm honored to meet you this way. I can't wait till we get back in person so I can meet everyone, in person, if you will. But in the meantime, this is how we have to do business. And so I think by having this program or way of making sharing information with those that can't, whose schedules don't allow, by doing this video segment, is again just going to separate us from some of the others out there that offer these types of programs. So again, I appreciate you guys doing this. We still got some exciting things going on here at the council. We've got some new opportunities that are presenting themselves from development across boundary lines. So Missouri is picking up, Northwest Indiana is picking up as far as new territories that are looking to engage with Illinois MBEs. And then we still have a ton of opportunities from corporations that are reaching out to us that really want to start, again, intentionally working with more minority MBEs. So again, I'm thankful for you guys all around, and I'm looking forward to this final product that's going to end up coming out of what KFA and what you guys are doing here with the video. So thanks again.
You are welcome. Thank you, Vince. And Terrence and team, I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm going to introduce you momentarily and just give you the mic and the floor so you can move forward. Vince, thank you so much for all of your involvement since coming on board with Chicago MSDC.
Sure thing. Thank you, Nita, too, for all your help with this. This program would not be successful without everything that you've been doing over the years and just your consistent outreach with it. So want to make sure that big kudos to you for keeping this going too.
Oh, thank you for that. And Vince is quite the visionary. Just to give you a little background on how this video project came to be, we were looking at the short-term agreement that we have with the tollway, again, running from May 1st through October 31st. And we were thinking about new clients that come on board and how we can, give them the education, the business training or development that they need to move forward. And so we came up with the idea of videos. And then Vince took it and expanded it and said, let's look at the future and make the videos available, long term, and really open the door and the horizons for new opportunities. So this video project has expanded as a result, but we really think it'll be invaluable to clients coming on board as well as to Chicago MSDC. And it's just going to be a stockpile of knowledge that participants can take part in. So thank you to everyone who is in this project. We really appreciate you. So at this time, without further ado, I'm going to hand things off to KFA, Terrence Roberts, who is, they've just taken the lead with this project. Terrence will introduce the team, and then he'll go forward with the rest of agenda for today's meeting. Terrence?
Thank you, Anita. Let me start sharing my screen here and get that underway. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
All right, great. So we've gone through the project agenda. We did the welcomes. We had the excellent message from CMSDC President Vince Williams. and who's always gives us an appropriate pep talk about what the future beholds. And now we're just going to drive into the project approach. But before I get into the project approach, I want to introduce our team members. I have Masha Vovk and Jordan Bush. Jordan is going to be our video production a resource on this project, and Masha is going to be our LMS administrator as well as our content developer and programmer on this project. To kind of give you an insight into why we actually are involved, KFA has been in business over 25 years, and we are a full service IT consulting and services organization. We specialize in a variety of different technologies, some of which relate to project management information systems, application development, cloud-based solutions. And it's a pretty interesting and collaborative list. But what brings us to the table today is our ability to develop web-based content and package it in a way that's going to be reusable, interactive with the viewer, and hopefully interesting based upon the content of the subject matter experts, which you all are. But to give you a quick peek in terms of the additional capabilities, I want to show you some work we've done. And let me tap onto this. And here's an actual program that
Welcome to the 7th annual Quad County Urban League's Women's
We don't
Empowerment.
see the video yet, Sharon.
Oh, you haven't seen the video? Did it show up yet?
No, we still see the agenda.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me get out of that and reshare my screen.
Okay, we see it now.
Okay. And Jordan, one of our developers. And I just want to kind of briefly go through it just to let you know that we have the capabilities of developing content that could host major conferences. So let me exit out here and read. All right. Apologize for that. All right, let's get back to the presentation. And pull that back up. So again, what that showed you was that we have the ability to do large conference type of presentations, organize and package each of the content. So Vince, if you're still online, I know you've got a big event coming up, and if you haven't had any resources to help you package that content, take a look at what we've done with the Urban League event that just passed.
Yeah, that's perfect. If you can get that over to me, Terrence, I'd love to take a look at it and share it with the planning committee.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank
And
you.
again, the team that developed that will be the team that will be on this engagement, working very hard to bring the best out of the content provided by the subject matter experts. But getting back to our project, so what this entails is that we want to have about up to a 45-minute in length presentation of your subject area. And each of those subject matter experts will have, again, 45 minutes to present their information. And then we're going to break that into 4 10-minute modules. And each module will contain what we call a knowledge check at the conclusion of that module. So it'll test the person's understanding of the content and then segue into the other modules themselves. In order to get that in place, we have to prep you as the subject matter expert. And the goal here is to organize your content, develop your presentation materials, incorporate visual aids. So if you have a PowerPoint presentation or you have video content that is appropriate for your subject area, we will gladly take all of that information and help package that into a final product. But the key things that you're also going to be responsible for is preparing a knowledge check and or a summary of understanding quiz at the conclusion of your presentation of your materials. So again, your responsibility as subject matter experts to organize your content, develop the presentation materials, the visual aids, and the knowledge checks and the summary of understanding, and then most importantly, rehearse your presentation. Because at that juncture, we will then, once you're prepared and primed and ready, we'll go into our filming stage. And to go into our filming stage, I'm going to turn it over to Jordan, who's our video production specialist on this project. Jordan, would you mind saying a few words here?
Yes. So would you like me to share my screen?
Sure. Take over.
Okay. Okay, hi everyone. Once again, my name is Jordan Bush. I'm the multimedia producer of KFA, and this is just some little tips on how I will be filming, interviewing and filming etiquette. In-person filming, just some clothing details like no lettering or logos on the shirts. Light and dark colors are accepted. People who wear eyeglasses, just making sure your eyeglasses are clean. Professional attire from at least the waist up. Be prepared for close-up, medium, or wide shots. And some assets to think about bringing during the filming process are presenters having a script or presentation ready, such as a PowerPoint, or we even will have a teleprompter for the presenters to use their notes and also to bring water. For surroundings, just making sure phones are silent, notifications on computers and emails are all silent. For Zoom recordings, this is something that I have started like during, since COVID has started. It's been pretty interesting. Same thing applies as for clothing. No letters or logos on the shirts. Light and dark colors are accepted. The eyeglasses, same thing goes for making sure that you don't have light that glares in your glasses from the lighting that you use. And professional from at least the waist up. Same thing for assets, but also presenter can have their notes on their screen without interrupting the camera. For the surroundings, no busy background. We will have no screensaver backgrounds unless we plan to have this prior to filming. And lighting is facing the presenter's face, natural lighting, a window, selfie lighting, a circle light, etc. In a quiet room, you probably hear my dog barking right now, but just making sure that there's proper etiquette for filming, proper Wi-Fi connection and a connection to the wire. And then the camera, just making sure you're able to capture your waist or chest up in this horizontal or landscape and no vertical filming. As far as post-production goes, I'll be editing everything, adding stock footage, introduction videos, and breaking content up, like Terrence said, into sections. So for example, if we have a 20-minute video, it'll be broken up into 4 different sections for segments and quizzes. And we could add things like lower thirds or, things like that. And as far as communication, I've noticed that that's key. Working on the Women's Empowerment Summit that Terrence just showed, I've noticed that just making sure I have at least one person in communication with me every single day while I'm editing will be key for me just to get the project going as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
And I'll reshare my screen. All right, so post-production, as she mentioned, we're going to be doing the user interface, the knowledge check design, video editing and processing, and review of the product. All that will be in the post-production phase. The next step in this process, once we have the actual content package and ready to go, it's all going to be stored on a learning management system sponsored by Adobe. And the setup for this is going to be done by Masha. Masha, you want to kind of give us a brief overview of what a learning management system is?
Yeah, sure, Terence. Hello, everyone. My name is Masha. I'm a web designer at KFA. So after Jordan completes all the production video editing, I'm just going to take those videos, import it to the software called Adobe Captivate. That's the software used to create all the e-learning content. And that's where I'm going to add all the quizzes and tests and create like a module or a course from all that content that you guys create. So after that, I'm going to import all the modules and courses to Adobe Captivate Prime, which is just a central repository of all the videos. And that's where your users can access the courses, go through all of them, take quizzes. After that, a subject matter expert or admin can see who completed the course, can see how much they score on each quiz or test. You can push notifications to let your learners know you have to complete this course by this deadline. You can also give them like badges upon the completion of any module, just to keep them motivated. So yeah, basically that's how that's going to work in the LMS.
Yeah, and not to be mentioned that there's also the reporting capabilities for the admins to see, again, check the progress of all the viewers of the content. Once the repository is up and running, then and the users have completed their courses, then the certificate of achievement will be issued out. Nita, you want to speak to that?
Okay, sure. That is a way for each of the participants to make sure they are gaining competency about the subject matter, and it's a way of rewarding them for participation. And we look forward to enhancing that even further in the near future, where once participants complete a certain number of testing, then we can award them even further with other opportunities within the council. So we will be fine-tuning that moving forward, but we'll start with that certificate of achievement just as a way of acknowledging their completion and understanding of the subject matter.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that kind of moves us down to the scheduling of the filming. And my system is Masha, would you share the screen and share the presentation on your laptop?
Yeah, sure. Just give me 1
Mine's locked
second.
up right now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. So if you wouldn't mind just tabbing to the next slide.
Mhm.
All right. So the filming schedule will start within the next two and a half weeks from now. That will give all the subject matter experts an opportunity to start organizing their content, preparing their presentation materials, and so forth. They will start out with, actually, we'll update the schedule accordingly. Anita Ponder and the company QPWB will be our first participant in the filming schedule. And then from there, we'll proceed as planned, as documented here. So in May 12th, on a Wednesday, I believe, that will be the start date with Anita Ponder and QPWB. Next would be Lambert RMS, Junior Pierre, the subject matter expert, and that filming date will be 5/14/21. This whole presentation will be made available for you, so I'm not going to go through all of the actual dates, but our planning schedule is as follows: that we have our principal filming date as listed here, and then if needed, we have a gap between the next filming date. So if we have to do some re-editing or some additions to your content and require the subject matter expert to be available, then we have that following day after your principal filming is done to do any cleanup that's required. And then we will begin our next session with another company. So that's our game plan. So all the subject matter experts will be filming within the month of May and the early part of June. And then the CMSDC related subject matter experts will all be within the month of June. Next slide, please.
Now, if anyone, I want to jump in. If anyone has questions, feel free to ask so that we can address them. Relax, everyone. It seems really tense in the room, but I want you all to relax and know that we're all in this together, and we are with you to make your video as valuable as possible. We'll provide insight, we'll guide you along the way, and we're all in this together. And I see a hand is raised. Richard, you have a question?
Yeah, I just got a quick question. So my filming date is 31st, I believe. Now, will this be done in, by the way, it's a perfect date for me just because Terrence, I don't know if you got access to my calendar or not, but that's the date that I'm actually not traveling that week.
See, I clairvoyant, man, I'm telling you.
So will this be done in person or via video conference like this?
Well, our preference is from a video quality standpoint would be to do in person. And so we have a downtown office and we have all the video camera and equipment all set up for you. So what you will need to do, and I forgot to mention that, in your schedule, you have to allocate about 4 hours for the filming. Now, we know that hopefully if you get your rehearsal done, that when it comes time to the shooting, it can go a little bit faster and a little bit more expedient. But things happen, and we just want to allow you to be comfortable during that process to get all your takes in that's required to get a full comprehensive best view of the material that you have presented. So we want to allocate that window. Whether you take it all, that depends on a number of different factors, but you should plan on, all of the subject matter experts should plan on about a 4-hour window to conduct the filming.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic, because the list that Jordan on her page, when she shared the screen, to do, not to do, I think I'm gonna violate every one of those. So so it's much better to do that in person. Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And as you can see, Jordan is a very personable person, but she is a taskmaster, so, and a perfectionist. So she'll make sure that she'll get the most out of your performance. And if we have to do extra lighting to make you look extra good, then she's more than capable of getting all that stuff done. So this is an opportunity to kind of tell your story related to the content you're going to be presenting, and put your personality into it. If you want to have fun with it, we can have fun with it as well. This is entirely up to the subject matter expert to bring the most and best out of its own content, and we're just here to capture the moment, package it in the appropriate way, and then make it accessible to all the viewers. But again, keep in mind that the more organized you are with your content, and understanding that we do need to take those knowledge checks, those the quizzes that you're going to develop, and take all of that. So don't just focus on the presentation, but focus on what are the knowledge milestones that you want your user to understand and take away, so that we can make sure during our knowledge check that we're accomplishing that particular goal. What I also have on view, any other questions?
Yes, I see that Patricia has her hand raised. Patricia with Lambent Risk Management question. I see we have Junior on the list, but Patricia, if you are going to be the presenter, we can certainly change that. But go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I would probably be the presenter, and it's Lambent, not Lambert. So
Yes.
I just saw
Okay.
that misspelling on the sheet. But my question is, you talked about helping with cue cards, or maybe just getting the presentation ready. Will that happen during this 4-hour window, or will we have access to you before we get downtown for the recording?
Sure. The question is, excuse me, sorry about that. We can help you with the organization of your presentation. And as Jordan mentioned, we do have a teleprompter to be visible as you're presenting your content. So we have the tools essentially to help make this a seamless process for you. Any preparation prior to filming, just our numbers are and email addresses. Our email address is actually going to be included in this presentation, and you'll have that available. So if you need or have any questions related to how you want to present, all of that could be emailed to us, and we'll respond and set up a meeting to help iron out your thoughts or challenges with your material.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nita, you seen any other questions?
No, I don't see any more hands raised.
Got it. As Masha mentioned, everything is going to be stored in the LMS, and Vince, we're waiting for you to come up with a cool name for this whole process. So right now we have Enterprise Empowerment Center. So if he hadn't jumped off, or
Yeah, he had to jump off, but I would definitely get with him on that.
Absolutely. So anyway, whatever it's going to be finally called, this is kind of a glance of what it will look like. The content there will be a dashboard. The users will navigate that dashboard, select the content, and then proceed to engage in each particular module. And on our left here, there's some reporting analysis for the administrators to check the activity of of the utilization of all the content. Next slide, Masha. Or yeah. So at the end of this, our project team is as follows. Again, Jordan Bush, video production. Any questions related to that, her email is attached to this presentation, which will be distributed to everyone. Masha, again, our content programmer and LMS admin. I'll be the project manager, so any other challenges or issues related to scheduling, you can relay that to me. Nita Sharp, our project coordinator. Also, any questions related to the scope and the scope of the content presented could be vetted out with her, along with Mike Neal, who's our TA program liaison. So Mike has already laid down the groundwork already in terms of prepping you guys and let you know that this is coming down the pipe. But here we are today to kind of get this thing kicked off. And so we're excited about, this opportunity. We're very locked in and focused on how we can take your content and package it in a way that it makes you look spectacular, as well as relevant to the needs of the audience that we're trying to serve. And this is by no means a one-way relationship. We expect to engage with each of the subject matter experts to help bring the most out of your presentation. So we're at your disposal to talk it through, kind of iron out any particular issues or challenges, or from a creative standpoint of how you want to present it. All of that can be ironed out. Just reach out to us via email, and we'll set up appointments to kind of get things moving. But again, the schedule, as we have it, is set, and we're looking forward to get you guys started. What we'll do is issue out an email to alert and set up an appointment on your schedule for each subject matter expert's filming date, and that will include the address of where we're located. And if by any reason that there is a challenge of coming down to our offices for that date, then or coming to our offices a bigger challenge than required, then we would try to do the filming remotely. And we have the capabilities of doing that, and so that will be a consideration. So we're trying to be flexible to adapt to your schedule, and we'll move forward from there. Okay, let me get out of here. Could we get out of presentation mode and?
Wonderful.
All right.
Sharon?
So, yeah, so Nita, I think we've kind of covered everything. We have some deliverables for the subject matter experts in terms of the presentation, the document that Jordan reviewed, as well as any updates to our schedule. We'll make that accordingly.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Terrence. And I do want to add, I didn't give KFA a real introduction, so I do want to share with the team, with the group on this call, that KFA really came on board and started working with us in the November-December timeframe of last year, and quickly adjusted to looking at all of our clients, our client list, and then going out and looking at their websites, and then offering recommendations for website enhancements and improvements. And they've been able to help some of our clients see good takeaways. For example, one client, his website was hacked, and KFA was able to assist with that, put up the privacy or the security needed for the website. And then we had another client who, I believe JCV Transportation had an issue with employees, and you were able to help with them as well, in terms of not having to run to the office, but going out to the website and putting information in or something along those lines, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we've developed kind of a whole new invoice processing for them, as well as a asset tracking system, and so they're adapting quite nicely as we move forward. So thank you, Anita, for that little introduction there and background on KFA. We're happy to be a team member here, and we're at the disposal of the subject matter experts and CMSDC to kind of make this thing work. And again, no question is too complicated, and or no challenge is too big for us to address. We've got some good talent, and again, we've got the best subject matter experts, to get the content developed. So we're looking forward to working with everybody, and it'll be great.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Thank you. Okay, so are there any other questions on this call? Again, this is being recorded, so feel free to ask your question. I'm sure we have one subject matter expert who is not here. I'm sure she'll be able to benefit from any questions that are presented. You all might be thinking the same thing, like you're in a classroom and the students don't want to ask the question, but the person right across from you is probably thinking the same thing. So feel free to ask away. Thank you for making this pivot with us. We're in this space and time, and we're trying to make the best of our current conditions. And again, this will be invaluable even moving forward. So we appreciate you all for making this adjustment with us, as well as KFA, and we're going to keep moving forward and progressing. Let's see. Okay, so we have just a few minutes more. Mike, would you like to share anything? I know you've been working with the SMEs in terms of content, giving them an overview. Any work you'd like to share?
Well, again, I just want to thank everybody for their willingness to be a part of this. This is an awesome initiative we've taken on. Sometimes I personally have a blocked mind when we talk about classroom and training and all that, because sometimes our businesses, we're not working with startups. So we're working with business, and I'll work with each and every subject matter experts just to get some feedback on content, but it's about application. What can I get and what can I apply? And so, the bottom line, again, is the bottom line. Where's the projects? How do I get them? Who can help me secure the project? Who can help me manage the project? Who can help me get the money? Who can help me do all these infrastructure things that can enhance my competitiveness and my stability and my growth and expansion? So again, I'll be on hand to give feedback with your presentation, working with Terrence and his team. So if anything you want to run across me that we feel that's going to be tangible and applicable to, right now, not down the line, but what can we do now? And again, although this is the Tollways largely sponsored program, but we're not just focusing on tollway project. We're looking at universal business expansion and sustainability. The council has a tremendous amount of other opportunities in the private sector, the corporate sector, and the export-import space. So we just want to give them wraparound services that can enhance, build capacity, and to growth. So keeping that in mind with your presentations, that's where we're at. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, Nita, that I'm available. I'll be a part of working with the SMEs along with you, Nita, and Terrence. So anybody feels that they want to run, do a dry run with me or get my ideas prior to sitting down with Terrence and his team, I'm going to be available for that. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. And again, everyone, keep in mind, each of the teams, we need your billing for the prep as well as your presentation time. We need you to put that in your April invoice so that it's all covered with this final month of the contract. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. Again, this is a calculation of your time, prep time as well as presentation for these videos. Okay, before we conclude, any questions? Any further questions from any of the subcontractors or subject matter experts? Okay, I see there are none. Any final thoughts, Terrence, Jordan, Michelle?
Jordan, you got any, you got something?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, I like to put her on the spot all the time. You know. Masha, you got
I do
anything?
like another point to like the teleprompter information on that. You could always reach out to me because of course the teleprompter you only show words. So if you have a presentation and like some notes that you want to go through, you could send the notes to me like prior to recording, and I could put the notes on the teleprompter.
Great, thank you.
Also, for consideration too, is that we have a variety of different tools at our disposal. So if the viewer or the subject matter expert is a little camera shy, we could get their written text, and we can use some of our AI technology to do that reads voice to text for text to voice in a very natural way. So we could essentially forego the participation of the subject matter expert in terms of being in front of the camera, and use the voice to text, and or we can use stock video to help, and infographics, you know, animation of graphic information to push their content, you know, to the forefront, as well as give them a way to not necessarily be, you know, they can be heard, but not necessarily be viewed on the presentation material. So all of which we can sort through and figure out just exactly what their comfort level is with their material and presenting, and figure out what is the best presentation plan to move them forward. So Jordan will be more than happy to go through that process along with Masha and myself.
Wonderful, that's good to know. Well, I'm looking forward to some lively presentations, good information being shared that we will look forward to having a part or being a part of our library for years to come. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is our kickoff, so now everything is going full steam ahead. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you KFA for all of the hard work you're going to put into these videos. And we look forward to the finished product being just knocked out of the park. Okay. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Nita. Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye now.